Ball Nation.
Tyler Hoopers in the world. Yeah. I ball on the same courts as the greats before me. My crossover, knock a crossover. Jesus hang time, shot selection, water unstoppable if I go baseline. Wells Fargo when I'm on the road, yeah, it's bank time. I disrespect the net when I switch. My defense is like real estate, I turn numbers to bricks. Breaking down their averages from like 20 to 6. He was a tournament favorite, I locked him down with no clips. Check the highlights. Practice right before practice, right after practice. I'm Kobe Bryant when it comes to action. Hooping shorts under my jeans when it come to fashion. Nike down, Jordan down with the kicks to match it. Ballin' is a habit, if I want it then I grab it. All about my Donna checks, you think I'm playing for the Mavericks. This is Eyeball Nation, you want greatness then we have it. Enough with all that talking, hit the lights, camera, action. Alpine. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ball. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ain't worried about your defense, I got shooters. Pull up at the 3-point line, open like a cooler. Fresh off of a down that I just dropped, I must be Luka. Hotter than Phoenix Sun, Chris Paul, Devin Booker. Yeah, I got more handles than your pots and pans. The way I lock them down on defense, they hollering free your mans. You'll turn them something like a slave without a freedom plan. I'm like Casper with the dribbles, you can't see the man. I used to skip lunchtime just to hit the gym. When they asked who here the coldest, I was always him. You'd almost swear I was Tupac, I stay above the rim. You see the 10, they always with me, that's my brother now. I used to skip lunchtime just to hit the gym. When they asked who here the coldest, I was always him. You'd almost swear I was Tupac, I stay above the rim. You see the 10, they always with me, that's my brother now. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ball. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ball.
Yo. Welcome back to the recap. This is Top Baller, an affiliate of Eyeball Nation. Shout out to Ollie Hoops on the music. We're going to let some people join in. We want everybody to hear it one more time. Just giving a shout out to the music. Waiting for people to join in. Shout out to Ollie Hoops.
Eyeball Nation.
Tyler Hoopers in the world. Yeah. I ball on the same courts as the greats before me. My crossover, knock a crossover. Jesus hang time, shot selection, water unstoppable if I go baseline. Wells Fargo when I'm on the road, yeah, it's bank time. I disrespect the net when I switch. My defense is like real estate, I turn numbers to bricks. Breaking down their averages from like 20 to 6. He was a tournament favorite, I locked him down with no clips. Check the highlights. Practice right before practice, right after practice. I'm Kobe Bryant when it comes to action. Hooping shorts under my jeans when it come to fashion. Nike down, Jordan down with the kicks to match it. Ballin' is a habit, if I want it then I grab it. All about my Donna checks, you think I'm playing for the Mavericks. This is Eyeball Nation, you want greatness then we have it. Enough with all that talking, hit the lights, camera, action. Alpine. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ball. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ain't worried about your defense, I got shooters. Pull up at the 3-point line, open like a cooler. Fresh off of a down that I just dropped, I must be Luka. Hotter than Phoenix Sun, Chris Paul, Devin Booker. Yeah, I got more handles than your pots and pans. The way I lock them down on defense, they hollering free your mans. They'll turn them something like a slave without a freedom plan. I'm like Casper with the dribbles, you can't see the man. I used to skip lunchtime just to hit the gym. When they asked who here the coldest, I was always him. You'd almost swear I was Tupac, I stay above the rim. You see the 10, they always with me, that's my brother them. I used to skip lunchtime just to hit the gym. When they asked who here the coldest, I was always him. You'd almost swear I was Tupac, I stay above the rim. You see the 10, they always with me, that's my brother them. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ball. No matter when the summer fall, I ball. I know they wanna see me fall, but I ball.
Yo. Shout out to Ollie Oops, man. We appreciate that. So once again, everybody, welcome back to the second episode of the recap. We are a podcast focusing on the grassroots of basketball, just kicking it, talking basketball. Get to the grassroots. Go ahead. What you got going over there, grassroots?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Voices of Grassroots. Once again, we're back with the recap. Here to give you guys some updates on some of the past events this weekend. And once again, to give the people a voice. That's what we are here for.
What up, everybody? This is Eyeball Nation. We're going to be going over a couple topics today. We got some pretty exciting news. Got a few more coaches to join the podcast today. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to have the second episode of the recap. So let's recap. Let's start by going over what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a little bit of the Road to Nationals tournament that happened this past weekend in San Antonio, Texas. That was a pretty big tournament out there. We're also going to talk to a coach, one of the top 2030 girls teams with Coach Kobe. We do want to bring back one of the coaches that were here last week with Young Pro Global. Coach Tookie, we got some questions for you, man. We got some questions. And then last but not least, we got another key topic. It's kind of touchy. Should parents be paying monthly AAU dues? Ooh, that might hurt some people's pockets, but we ain't trying to take no money from anybody. But it is a conversation that we want to talk about.
The pockets.
I say the one of the night.
So, Top Baller, get us started with just a review of the champions, those that won the Road to Nationals tournament.
All right, so here we go with the Road to Nationals tournament that was this past weekend in San Antonio, Texas. So for the boys, for the second grade, we had the Gators. I haven't seen too much of the Gators, but we want to give them a shout out. It was a big tournament win for this second grade group, 2031 or 2030. No, 2032.
2032, yeah.
2032. I apologize.
33.
So
2033.
Gators, good job.
Second grade is 2033.
Yeah. So with the third grade group, we have the San Antonio Future.
That's a good program. I like that program.
Yeah, that's a good
program.
San Antonio. Good program out of San Antonio. We want to congratulate you guys. We also want to congratulate the fourth grade group, which is Hunt United Black.
Yeah, 2031. Yep.
2031 Black. And I want to also give them a shout out. Man, that's a big win for their program. Keep on doing what you guys are doing. They got a couple of good projects over there and a lot of good guards. You guys keep on what you're doing, man. Y'all doing a great job.
Yeah, they pulled out a close one against the Young Pro Global squad, right?
That's starting to become a rivalry, I think.
Oh yeah, I like it. So for the fifth grade squad, we have the Hunt United Blue squad.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to give a shout out to those guys. Good job. Also,
that's the up and coming team as well. You guys keep on at it. Y'all be right there where you need to be. You keep on at it.
Oh yeah. And so for the sixth grade group, we have the Pro Skills MTX. I think that's the Mansfield Pro Skills.
I believe so. I haven't seen too much of those guys.
Yeah.
I know they're growing their grassroots program. I'm hearing some good things on how quickly they're growing and how quickly they're able to get talent. So just keep it up, guys.
And just for the people out there, how does the pro skills, like, just that whole brand work? Is because I've been seeing a lot of pro skills teams around Texas. Is that
I,
are you guys familiar with that, of how that works? Is that like an
Yeah, no,
overall program that's kind of
they're a
incorporated?
big program. That's why I said they're growing their grassroots right now, and it's growing like a rapid wildfire. So I'm gonna congratulate them and what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're growing quickly for
yeah,
it to be grassroots.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Congrats, pro skills, MTX. So we got for the seventh grade, we got the 99 overall. If I'm not mistaken, I seen these guys play in the MSI tournament, and they were pretty good. They had a really, really good matchup against I think it was against the Pro Skills Felton team.
Yeah,
Really, really,
they're a
really
good
good
team
team.
though. They're
Yeah.
99 overall is a good team. They're very aggressive, and they have guards that do not back down. So
They're very well coached too, I have to
for
say.
sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Shout out to London
shout out to
Jazz on
that
that
99
Cotton. Shout out to
overall coach,
Cotton.
man.
Shout out to Cotton on that coaching. Shout out to Cotton.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And so for the eighth grade, we have PB Nation. I've been seeing a lot of them. I actually saw them in the what was the last tournament? I think I saw them. This was the last tournament that they won. It wasn't the MSI. Was it the GSE?
GSC, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
GSC.
yeah, the
Hey,
GSE.
shout out to my man on there. Shout out to my man Roman Dillon. He's the leader of that squad, and he going well him and the other guy. I can't think of his name, but yeah, they're gonna get it done.
Yeah, that's showtime for sure. Hey,
I
again,
love
we're
it.
talking about the Road to Nationals tournament that just happened this past weekend down in San Antonio, Texas. Huge winners this weekend. They all walked away with $1,000. Man, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know about
big.
y'all, but I can use that right about now.
Oh man.
Put that in grassroots, man, so we can get
Right,
some of the
right.
mics.
But no, we appreciate, and we're gonna go over the girls winners as well. We appreciate all the tournaments that are able to, scholarship some of these organizations back some of their money. It's well deserved, and I think it just helps to continue to recognize those teams that are putting in the hard work.
Oh yeah. You could help pay some of those monthly AAU dues
Them
too,
parent
right?
fees, them parent fees.
Yeah.
We ain't there yet, top. We ain't there yet, top.
Oh, my bad. All right. So for the girls side, for the ladies side, the best for last, the ladies. So
Yeah,
for the
what a
third
lead.
grade, we have the Lady Rumble. Shout out to the Lady Rumble.
Shout
Uh,
out.
Shout out to those ladies. For the fourth grade, we have Lady Unity. So
Okay. I've seen them play a couple of times. I like them.
you like it?
They got a good point guard.
Yeah. All right, and here we go for the fifth grade. Shout out to the West Texas Canes. I've been seeing a lot with their
I'm
coach,
hearing
very
great things. Yeah,
animated,
I'm hearing
high
great things.
energy.
I'm
It
hearing
seems
great
like a
things.
fun
Coach, hey
guy to be
coach.
around.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, coach. They might not like it. I love it. You hear me? If they don't like it, I love it. If they don't like it, you can send all your film to grassroots, and we gonna post it. All right, we gonna post
Shout out. He seems like a very funny guy. Gets his players into the game, and
it. Hey
just
man,
high energy.
I'll watch a game. I'll pay. I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah, I would. I'm definitely tuning in to these West Texas Hurricanes after what I saw on the IG page and a lot of the videos. I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
All right. So for the sixth grade, we have TBI All Stars. So congrats to
Okay.
these ladies on the sixth grade win out there in San Antonio. And for the seventh grade, we have the SA San Antonio Lady Hoops Sky Blue.
I've never seen them either.
Yeah, I haven't saw those, but congratulations. And we
Congrats, ladies. Keep
also
it up.
Yep, and we also have the same program, SA San Antonio Lady Hoops Orange.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
for the
like
eighth
that.
grade.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that.
Yeah.
Like when
So yeah.
programs do that, bro, when programs come and win multiple brackets, they look, people overlook small stuff like that. If your team can come in and win and see, look, this is one of the guys I'm talking about right now. He
Uh-oh.
knows exactly what I'm
Uh-oh.
talking about.
We got a
When your
special
team,
guest. We got a
hold on.
special guest.
I want to see if you know. I want to see if you know exactly what I'm talking about. When your team can come in and win multiple brackets, does that not mean that everybody's putting in the work and you're not just focused on a couple of players?
Yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
and, and that's and that's and that's and that, and I want to say a good job to those programs, man. Y'all keep it up. Keep pouring into all your kids, not just some. Keep it up. Good job.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest, Mr. Robert Hunt.
Hey,
Y'all should be giving this
all
man
right.
a round of
No,
applause, man.
we got the goat on, not the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The GOAT, man.
The goat.
I feel like we talked about him at least 3 or 4 times. It was like different coaches that came on and different segments that gave a shout out to what Robert's doing with his organization.
Agreed.
I'm curious. I know you had 2 teams or a few teams that went down to San Antonio this past weekend. Robert, that's a huge win, tournament win for both of those teams. What do these type of wins mean for you and your organization?
It mean a lot because we started with one team and now we building another team. We building more teams. It really started from having great coaches because it's bigger than me now. I can't coach all these teams right now. With the 4th grade team, they started as a rec team last year, and Jeff have built this group, picked up certain pieces that he needed, and now he competing at a high level. Competing at GSC tournaments. Everybody know about the black team. The black team. Now we got the blue team that, I took over. I met Joe. He coached the black team, and I feel like what we doing with the black team, he's a great leadership. He's a great coach. He lead that team in a great situation where they need to be at. But now we bringing in more kids and we need another coach. And really, it could have been me or Joe coaching that team, and because we connected into the grassroots. We great coaches. When we worked together, we just became bigger. So now he can coach one team, I can coach one team, and now bring in other coaches. We have so right now, really bringing in the right coaches with the passion that we got, and we're gonna grow bigger.
Hey, the voice. I don't feel like I gave Coach Hunt the proper introduction. I know I'm putting you on the spot. Can you help me out with that?
For sure. We're great over here at introductions. So, introducing greatness at its finest, perfection at its weakest, a multitude of accomplishments, accolades at its highest. When I tell you this man has climbed mountains and mountains of the basketball world, and when I tell you this man is the definition of hard work and the perfect example when it comes to greatness and completion, I give you the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Hunt.
I appreciate it.
Man,
This man went like 2000 and oh.
And look, and I want to say this. I want to say this as well. When I say the example of greatness, I say that with confidence because a lot of people, when we're talking about grassroots basketball, and everyone looks to, if I'm explaining a zone, if I'm explaining a full court trap, if I'm explaining how your players should move the ball, everyone always says, "We're like the Hunt team. How they're able to do this, we're like the Hunt team. How they're able to do that." To me, man, that's greatness, bro. For everyone to be able to use you as an example of how to do it the correct way, that is to me that's the perfect compliment, and there's no other way that you can compliment what you do, man. I love it. I love it, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I do. I have one question though, man. Man, Hunt, I want you to explain to the people like how you started and the hard work that you've done to get your program to where it is today, man. I think a lot of people need to hear this, that are looking to start their own program.
Agreed.
Successful as you, man. Please explain it to them.
First thing, you got to have a different mindset. Like I tell my boys and girls, if you want to be different, you got to have a different mindset. And it's also come with being disciplined, consistency being key. Believing in yourself before nobody else believe in you. Because anything you do, ain't nobody gonna believe in you until you're successful. So when people start believing, then you start building the brand. That's when people start believing. But the thing is, it's really just staying consistent, staying down. It's gonna be some days you feel like you can't go, but you got to keep believing in yourself. So when you keep digging and going through all the adversity of life, people not believing in you, people hating on you, people saying bad things about you, you just got to keep on doing it. So once you keep doing it, you start feeding off that because you know what you're doing is working, and you're gonna keep on doing it and keep doing it and doing it. And that's what I just never gave up. I'm a strong believer. I'm gonna be 100. When I growing up, I didn't listen to Nipsey Hussle, but really when he came out, when I got into business, he really really the one that made me kept going, listen to his music, kept dedication, all that. I really understand what he was talking about and where I came from. Wasn't Silver Spoon. I came from, a struggle part of life, and we moved out here in Dallas, and just made me change about. I thought grinding was a different type of grind until I got out here. I seen different type of grind. Like Dallas run 24/7, morning, nights, evenings. Like you got to keep grinding. So that's what really just made me listen to people motivated, listening to people that's older than me, that's had businesses in different situations. It's not even an organization, just having a business. You got to believe in yourself. You got to keep grinding. It's not you working 5 hours a day. Sometimes you got to work 12 hours a day. So it's just different things. Being in the gym. When I started, I didn't believe in holidays. I mean, I grinded on my birthday. I grinded on Christmas mornings. But now the name grew. I take some days off because when you being successful, you also gotta find time for yourself. That's what one thing I did learn. You can be successful, you can keep grinding, but you also gotta find time for yourself. And that's when now I'm balancing out and everything working out too because grinding and finding different situations to be more successful, working a little bit, making your work a little bit easier than you just working, and you're not enjoying it too. So it's just really staying down for the come up.
Well, yeah, you're definitely the model of what a coach should look like and what it is. What was the final record? It was 150 and 0.
No, it was 138.
138 and 0.
No, 132.
132 and 0. I'm gonna tell you right now, I need a shirt that says 132 and 0. Grind Circuit. I'm buying it.
Yeah, that's live.
I ain't gonna lie. We should come out with that because I ain't gonna lie. Like even with the situation, me talking to Joe, me just sitting back as coaching stuff. That's really it's really hard because every team come at us. We can't play around. Like most play a game. When we made that name, every team came at us.
For sure.
As hard as they can go. So it just really just the pressure on the kids. We understand the pressure as being adults, but putting the pressure on the kids and making sure they're grinding, making sure we want to keep on, keep winning and stuff. That was hard. But also now, when we did lose, it took a lot of pressure. I think it made us more motivated. And when you winning so much, you feel like you doing everything right. But when you take that loss, now you got to go back to square one and what you can do. Now our goal is right now is what can we do to do it again.
Yeah, so I do.
Correct.
I have one more question for you, man. So, I don't know. You remember when the Celtics that one year, or was it the Celtics? No, it was the Golden State Warriors that one year they went like 33-0 and like who was it? That was Luke Walton.
Yeah.
And then when they finally lost in Boston, I think it was Draymond Green. He was like, man, it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air because like it's over with. Now we could just really focus.
Right.
Did you feel that way? And also, to piggyback on that, do you feel like you got the recognition that you deserve for like getting to that feat of like getting to like 132-0? And do you feel like you got the coverage that was warranted for that?
I think we did, but I mean, it's also too I feel like we did, but we didn't because it's always when you on top, you're gonna have to hear the negative stuff and this and this and that. But I mean, as nationwide, I feel like we did. We got respect from being something special, and this is something that people don't talk about for a long time because a lot of teams ain't doing this. So what we had. Right. What we did was something special, and I mean, I feel like if our boys keep working and growing and developing to great players, they're gonna talk about this because this is gonna be a documentary soon. But we
Right.
just we can't be content like we did this and we don't gotta keep grinding. It's gonna take some of our kids going D1, D2, going to the NBA. It's gonna be a journey between all that.
All right. I agree. Well, man,
I
we
love
love
it.
having you, Robert. We're thankful for being in your presence. Thank you for all the knowledge you brought us. Um, and man, yeah, you guys just keep up the good work, and we'll see y'all in the next tournament.
You got any last minute shout outs you want to give out?
Um, First I want to shout out everybody that believed in us before we believed. When before the story came along. Second person I want to also give a shout out to Coach Joe because I mean, without Coach Joe, we wouldn't have what we got going on with the boys. I was connected, but I seen the long vision of all this situation. Yeah, I want to give Coach Joe his flowers, and I also want to give Coach Kels her flowers from Tulsa because she's a woman that people look at her, she's different, but a lot of these boys on our team right now with her coaching is a lot of the boys respect her as being a woman. She's an old school mother that people gonna look up to no matter what. If you're not a part of her, you gonna see it from the outside. You're gonna see it from the outside. And I also want to thank my organization, my parents, because it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be an organization without my parents believing in the process, believing in Coach Joe, believing in me, and all the other coaches we got going on. Also, Coach Jeff. I mean, we wouldn't have a fourth grade team right now if going to a fifth grade if it wasn't for Coach Joe. So I want to give him his flowers too about organization too, and also my kids. Um, they've been part of this journey, believing I know it's a process about all this too. I mean, without them, it wouldn't be me because I mean they my product too. So I want to thank them too.
That's great. That's great, man. Hey, you're gonna be on here again because I love you. I love your organization, and you're gonna be winning plenty of tournaments, and hopefully we get you to call back in, man. We appreciate you, man. It's love.
And I appreciate y'all too. I know Eyeball Nation believed in me since day one. He picked me on a lot of different situations for the organization from Grand Circuit. Believed in me for about my showcase, and now we're going on year two. I think it's going to be bigger this year. A lot of people coming in. So, Eyeball Nation, I want to thank you too for just believing in the movement. All our coaches believing in our boys, our girls. You got relationship with from the high school girl that you've been believing in since third grade with my daughter group, then also believing in the 2030 group in the organization.
Oh, that's love. The love is mutual. The love is mutual. We'll definitely be in conversation.
All right, thank y'all.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Man,
And
that was
again,
great. That was great.
Roger Hunt, Hunt United. Hunt United.
Man, he's real.
Yeah. Uh,
He
man,
exists.
he's been doing it for quite some time. I know he was on the girl side as well, and made some huge impacts throughout the last several years. And so, yeah, shout out to Coach Robert Hunt, and there's many more other coaches that's kind of follow the same path, and really taking the torch and taking it to another level. So we want to give thanks to every coach that's in the atmosphere. I think we got another guest. Coach Kobe, you there?
Hey, man, what's up, man? What's up, eyeball?
There he is. There he
What's
is.
Man,
going on,
what's up, man?
Coach?
Man,
Man, speak.
parlaying, man. Chilling, man.
What's going
Chilling,
on,
man.
boss?
He
Doing
said,
me, man.
"Parlay
Like always.
Speaking of greatness, like we talked about, man, Coach Kobe is that has really taken the girls' side of basketball by storm. He has boys organizations too, but man, he's really been doing his thing. He has some of the top girls, and even some girls that are no longer even in this program now that are doing really big things on other people's programs. So I'll let him talk a little bit about just how he got started, his experience in in this AAU space and how he's been able to impact the AAU community.
Okay. Man, how I'm gonna start this, man. I really don't like getting in my personal life, but I'm gonna get a little bit in my personal life, man. I met Rick Blackerby when I got out of prison, man. I did a lot of years in prison, and I met him, man, and we came up with a plan, man, to start this program. And I didn't actually think it was gonna take off the way it did. I was actually just doing it to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? And it just grew, man. It's just a blessing, man. And like I said, man, I just started it to stay out of trouble, and I didn't know it was gonna be this good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just basically my testimony, man. Like getting out of prison, starting an organization, trying to help kids, lead them down the right path. Just teach them life lessons through the game of basketball, man. Like it's really bigger than basketball with me. You know what I'm saying? Like all my girls, man, they local kids. They live around here. You know what I'm saying? I don't recruit kids. I don't like do the guest plan. I've never recruited a kid in my 6 years of coaching. I just play the kids who want to play from me, just the local kids, and we go out and compete, man. I don't care if you're purple, orange, brown, 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall. I just want kids that want to play for me, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So
listen, I've admired your dedication, period, just from afar. I know that this is actually a full-time thing for you. You know, you take this to heart. You really dedicate a lot of time to your organization, like you already mentioned. Many don't know that you actually played basketball yourself, and the co-founder of Eyeball Nation, vouched and said, yeah, he was him. He was him. So what do you bring to these kids that's in your organization that is a reflection of how you actually played?
I just I think I'm good at making kids believe that they better than what they are. You know what I'm saying? It's just about believing them, man. I have faith in each one of these girls. I treat each one of them the same. I don't show favoritism. I love all of them the same. And that's it, man. Just passion, man. Just believe in them, man. And that's something when I was growing up, man, I didn't have a lot of confidence, man, growing up. You know what I'm saying? And that's big with me, confidence, man. I think I install a lot of confidence in these kids, you know what I'm saying, to make them believe. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Well, I want to speak for a second. First off, I do want to say I admire you with your confidence and your ability to be able to maneuver the way you do in this atmosphere. And I want to congratulate you for being able to have the impact you have on the girls that you do. And also, I want to congratulate you on the work you put in with Miss Dallas. She's a great product. That's a great sign of the work that you guys have put in. And I just want to congratulate you. But I also want to ask you this: with you having such players like that, and she's come up in your program, and clearly she's a product of your coaching. How do you accept the criticism for you not playing guest players and for you being able to produce players like this?
Man, I accept it pretty good, man, and I just don't believe in the guest playing, man. I wasn't brought up like that, man. I played on one team my whole life, man, and I think it's weak, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm only strong as my weakest player. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no trophies, bro. Like, I can care less about a trophy, bro. Like I say, the reward is at the end. You know what I'm saying? They kids, bro. It's the grassroots. Ain't nobody gonna remember none of this shit. And that's just being honest, man. So a player like Dallas, man, you stick with one coach and one trainer, you can become a player like Dallas. Kids don't need 3 or 4 trainers. They not NBA. They not NBA. They just kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in 3, 4 trainers, 2, 3 coaches. because we all teach different. We don't teach the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And speaking of Dallas, like when I look at Dallas, I you know, obviously she has the game, she has the it factor. I look at her as being someone that can be just as impactful as someone like Angel Reese, as we look at the college basketball space, right? And what she's doing for the female college level, she's really that good. There's a lot of, speaking of like Angel Reese, for example, there's a lot of what I would say friendly competition, and you know, between teammate or other teams or other players. Do you think that the competition is what's needed, or the back and forth, the rivalry is what's needed to bring more attention to the basketball space for females? And I ask this question because there seems to be a bit of a rivalry between like the Hoop Society, Fifth Grade Girls, the West Texas Canes, the Pro Skills. It's all in friendly competition though. But do you feel like that's good for the game and can bring some more attention to that space?
Oh yeah, it's very good. It's very good for the game, man. I think it's good. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good. So when I go on the DFW football group, hey, they competing. When I go on the basketball groups, they just trying to sell training. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they need to talk stuff a little more. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna help girls basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's too friendly. I think it is.
I want to piggyback on that. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I feel like a lot is not. I feel like a lot is being overlooked when it comes to girls basketball. I feel like we should let them have that attitude. Let them, like he said, let them talk. Let them express themselves. Let them be more. Let them be more aggressive. Let them show their feeling. Let them show their emotion. Let them show their passion about this game.
Yes,
I
sir.
agree.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I do. So what's going on, man? It's Top Baller, man. So with that being said, we can all agree that girls basketball, maybe especially grassroots, doesn't get the attention that it deserves. With that being said, give us some of the top teams that you faced. Some of the top programs you faced, and some of the programs that you would like to face, and just kind of let everybody know, like just the top girls programs that you've seen so far.
Yeah, because we want to come see. Eyeball Nation want to come see.
Okay. I'm being honest. I'm gonna be honest, man. Man, it's a lot of great teams out there. It's a lot of great coaches. I like what Pro Skills is doing over there. You know what I'm saying? They got something special going over there. Lubbock Hurricanes. They might be the #1 team in the nation. Phenoms. I like what they doing. DC Queens Waco. I love that organization, man. I love that coach because he reminds me of myself. Win, lose, or draw, you're gonna see that man with the same 7 girls every weekend. It's never different girls. And I'm a strong believer in that, man. Everything is a measuring stick. Get back in the lab and work on your craft, man. You ain't gotta add girls. It's more than just a win. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a measuring stick. I love what he's doing. And another program, man, I think they get overlooked, man, a lot. And they don't necessarily win, but I love what Coach Jimmy doing over there with the DC Queens. He the same way. He play a lot of little girls. He don't care if they playing 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. He gonna go out there and get their work. And that's what I believe in. Because like I said, they all kids, man. The best kid probably ain't even playing basketball right now. And that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? They just kids.
Strongly agree.
But Lubbock, man, they got something special going over there, man. The Hurricanes. I get them that top. I say Lubbock. They #1, man. And that's just being honest, man. I don't take nothing from them. I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Pro Skills got a good organization. Phenom's great. And we're also great. You know what I'm saying? But 2030, I think that's the deepest level. And I coach every level. I coach 2029. I coach 2028, 27, 26, 30. I 31. I coach every level, and I by far 2030 is the deepest division.
You
I've
know,
never,
I,
I've
I,
never
I like
seen
the
nothing like.
last. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've never seen nothing like it. And you have True Texas Hoops as well. I forgot about them. They have something special over there going on.
I like them.
Yeah. I
And
like the
Texas U
last
too,
part you were
right?
saying that they're just kids, man. I think a lot of parents and coaches need to hear that, because I've been to a lot of tournaments where things get really, really heated, and it's just like, whoa, man. Like, at the end of the day, man, these are just fourth grade, third grade. They're just kids. We don't know if these kids are gonna go to the WNBA or
Exactly.
or to the league. It's a lot of it's just a lot of coaches with egos and parents that just don't really understand just the fun aspect. So I really like that you emphasize that it's just kids and you're here to make the kids happy and help them grow, especially through the situation that you've been through in life, man. I commend you, man.
Man, I sure appreciate you, man. And that's what it's about, man. Just teaching the kids, man. That's just what it's about, man. The kids. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about us. It's bigger than us, man. And I'm a very passionate coach, man. I go to war behind my kids, man, because I love them. You know what I'm saying? These just not any kids I've never had a tryout in my life. I've never recruited a kid in my life. I've never jumped in the inbox. I don't recruit. I get recruited. You know what I'm saying? Because when you put your head down and work, people come. And that's one thing I learned. You know what I'm saying? Just work, man. People will see it. And that's what I always did. Work, work, work. Dallas is a proven example. She's never played for nobody. Ain't nobody never trained her. That's all my work. The proof is in the pudding. And it's more than just Dallas. I have many girls before Dallas and after Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Like I say, the reward is at the end, man. When them kids graduate and go off to college. That's what we trying to help these kids achieve. You know what I'm saying? Going to school.
Hey, Coach Kobe, I need that on the shirt too. I don't recruit. What was it? I don't recruit. I get recruited, man. I need that.
That's nice.
Hey, man, send an XL if you can, man. When you send out those shirts, send an XL for Top Baller, man.
Already, man. And man, Steve too, man. I appreciate you, man, too, for everything, man. Just all the love I've been giving my organization, my girls, as far as the videos, the write-ups, man. I just want to say thank you, man. You do a lot, man, to help the kids, man. And
likewise, man. It's all love, and I know what the amount of work that we're doing here. You're doing 2, 3, 4 times, because you're actually out there touching the kids every single day in the gym.
Yeah.
And we're coming at you with a different kind of atmosphere with with the exposure, but you're actually touching these parents, you're touching these kids on a day-to-day basis. They know your name, they know your story, and I think what you do every single day needs to have some light shed on it. Real quick before we go, who are some players that we should look at that's on the rise? I want to hear like some players that we know, like the top kids, man. We know the kids that get recognition all the time. Who's somebody that hasn't got recognition that you've noticed their improvement, or there's someone that's in your camp?
Oh, okay, man. I think this is the most underrated girl in the 2030. She's been with me for about 3.5 years, and she's humble. She's a great kid. Agent Zero, Ariel Martin. She's my glue piece. She might not outscore a lot of kids, but she's gonna do the small things. And I just want to give her a shout out. She's a great kid, and she's loyal to me, and that's what it's about, man. Growing up, man. I just want kids that want to play for me, man. That's it, man. I don't want nobody else kids, man. I just want my kids. And of course, Penny, man. She's a generational talent. Penny is an unbelievable kid, man. She drive from Austin, Texas to Dallas twice a week to practice with me. And that should speak value, man. Like,
wow.
And I didn't recruit. Penny came to me from Austin, Texas, and she's a great kid, humble, and she's gonna go off to do great things. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of them, man. I can name a lot of them. Aubrey Sanu, she's a great kid. Aubrey Sayah, she's a great kid, hell of a kid, Samoan kid, man. And I have all type of races in my organization. I don't just have black kids. I have every race, from Africans, Jamaicans, Samoans, Asians. I have every race. And man, I'm just thankful for all my girls, man. All of them great, man. I give shout outs all day, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But
Man, we appreciate you, Coach.
I cherish my kids, man. I cherish them, man. I love them. I cherish them. I'm loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? If I can't win with my kids, I don't want to win at all, dog. It ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? And that's from the bottom of my heart, man. If I ain't got enough to play that weekend, man, I'm just not gonna play. And that's straight up. And that's why I think a lot of kids and people choose to play for me, because they know I'm loyal. And you ain't got to be the best kid in the world to come play over here. Just want to play. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I can talk y'all ear off all night, man. Like I said, man, I'm thankful for this little interview, man, and everything.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. And hey, man, keep up the hard work, man. And we're gonna be on the lookout. And I need to take a look at this Dallas kid, man. I gotta take a look at her. And yeah, I'm prepared to see greatness, man.
Yeah, Drive Nation, Saturday night. Drive Nation at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, okay.
6 o'clock is gonna be a show.
Yes, sir. All right, Big Kobe.
Already. Thank y'all.
Yes,
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right.
All right, cool. Top Ball, you still there?
Always.
All right, I think the voice is having some technical difficulties right now. He should be joining us back here shortly. But yeah, that was great having what you think, Coach Kobe, with Hoop Society, 20-30 Girls. He also has a couple other organizations. We also had Coach Robert Hunt with Hunt United come on to speak to us as well. What you think so far?
Man, I think both, man. Both coaches are great, you know. Hunt, especially with the, going 132-0 and just kind of explaining that journey and kind of, just the growth from starting from day one. And then, man, especially with Kobe, man, just his story with, being incarcerated, coming out and looking to pour into kids and just, you can tell with the passion with his interview, just how he just cares about his kids and loyal to his kids and growing within and not, I don't have any issue with teams or organizations that do guest players. And, and I don't have any issue with teams who don't want to do guest players, but with him, growing and being loyal to his base and growing from there, man, it's commendable.
I love it. We're moving on to our last topic. If Coach Tookie's able to come on, obviously we want to talk to Coach Tookie, man. Don't hide from us now. Don't hide from us.
Come on, Tookie.
But the last topic we wanted to talk about was, should parents pay monthly AAU dues? I can't speak tonight. Should parents pay monthly AAU?
Topic.
Yeah, and we should have asked Coach Kobe and Coach Hunt. I'm pretty sure they would have said yes, though. But I mean,
I'm not putting no jackets on nobody.
Seriously,
hey, grassroots not putting no jackets on nobody. Okay?
Yeah,
but we will say this:
nobody pocket. No, and obviously,
I'm just messing with you. I'm
yeah. Well, I mean, but seriously, like, what do you think about it? Like, is it something that you think parents should have to be obligated to make these dues each month?
Honestly, I've coached for an organization before. I truly believe it's fair to a coach that's full time and that's not sponsored to pay monthly dues. But coaches need to understand this: monthly dues need to be affordable. So if you have a certain number that you need to be,
sorry to cut you out. What's an affordable amount?
That's what I'm getting to. if you have a certain number that each player needs to get to each month, let's say you have $150. Well, some programs have $250 and $300 monthly fees. So if I'm doing $200 a month, parents should be able to pay weekly or bi-weekly. Even if I'm doing $150 a month, you should be able to pay bi-weekly or weekly. When I ran my program, I did $100 a month, and that's if you came to training.
All right.
If you just play for the team, I did what was it, $60 or $80 a month. But it's because I know these things. For one, these tournaments aren't that much. Two, bills at the gym are your biggest bill. That's your biggest cost. And three, some of these parents are doing this that are doing this. They can't afford it. They need it for their kid. Some of them can't afford it, and then some of these coaches actually recruit kids and tell them they don't have to pay. And then when it's necessary that they need them to pay, they're asking the parent for money.
So how much is too much? I know you said 100, sound like 100.
I feel like I feel
Decent
like I
amount.
feel like two
What is
hundred
too
dollars is too
much?
much. I feel like $200 is too much. $200 is too much unless we're doing 3 or 5 days a week. $200 is too much. Now, if you're doing 5 days a week, I understand $200 to $300 a month. I understand that because that you're getting that much work. Now, if you were to go get a trainer, it would cost more than that. But if I'm getting 4 to 5 days a week out of my training, oh, I don't mind paying $200 a month or $300 a month because that's worth the payment. But if I'm going to practice twice a week, if we don't have the equipment, if we're not playing in the top tournaments, I need to be paying $50 a month, $60 a month.
Gotcha. And hold on one second, Top Baller. I want to get your take on this. If we do have anybody that's listening that wants to chime in and let us know, should parents have to be obligated to pay monthly AAU dues? We want to hear your take on this. Top Baller, what do you think on this?
All right, here we go. We all know what's the back in the day baseball was the most expensive sport, right? I think we can all agree with that.
Right.
You know,
Correct.
baseball was a suburban sport that, a lot of black kids, couldn't play. Just because of money and things like that was involved with it. And I think a lot of the poor communities didn't have a lot of baseball teams just because of that the money aspect.
Correct.
So when I start thinking about parents paying like $200 and $300 a month and stuff like that, I start feeling like we're changing back. We're making basketball become this suburban rich kid sport, right? And I do think that the game needs a little bit more respect, but at the same time, a lot of people do need to get paid for their time. Um, you know, I just, for me personally, I can't see families right now being able to afford paying $200 and $300 a month consistently, uh, you know, every month. I don't think that it is fair. If there is any type of expense, I think that all the expenses should be laid out to the parents just so you can be completely transparent as to what they're paying and what they're paying for. Um, and then move from there. But like I said, man, it's no disrespect to the programs that do charge, high fees and things like that. Um, but I would say that they should actually, just put deep thought into it. It's we got to respect the game of basketball. We don't want it to turn into this suburban kid sport that's not affordable and that you actually have to pay huge chunks of money to get to become great at.
I'm gonna give you a different perspective too. So I mean, obviously, I'm not a AAU coach. We're not an AAU team here at Eyeball Nation. But I
Or
can
top baller.
imagine, or Top Baller. I can imagine being in the space, right, and having to deal with some of these parents, man. I'm not gonna lie. If I was coaching, I'm gonna need 6 figures. I'm not even I'm not even really joking. That's why I'm not gonna get in that space. Some of this stuff is just not worth it. And then we talked to
And
a
that's and
few.
that's what I was hitting on when I said if you have someone that's doing it full time, then he deserves to be paid for his time.
Yeah,
Because I agree, these parents, these parents have to change. So I agree.
yeah. I mean, it takes it to a whole nother level. But I mean, in all seriousness, I think. Um, Knowing what that amount is, especially for the new parent that's coming into this space, I think that's important to share. You have a ton of people who either play the game or haven't that are now coming back into the AAU space and want to do whatever it takes for their kids. And knowing what everyone else or what the norm is. And I get it. Every organization is different. Every organization brings you different exposure as well, different coaching, different atmosphere. So you kind of pay for what you get. But it's important to just have that conversation to know, what's too much, if anything at all.
I respect it.
The Voice, I got a question. So why do you think, and this is directly at The Voice, why do you think parents are paying so much or will pay so much? What are some of those things that parents are looking at for their kids at such a young age that they're willing to bet the whole house on them?
Well, I mean, I think you answered your question right there at the end when you said um, they're willing to bet the whole house on it. It's an investment. It's an investment, and you got to be if you're looking to do something in the future for your child. It can be your kid could be a want to be a doctor. It could be an astronaut, whatever the case may be. You're still making an investment when you're sending them to a certain private school or you're sending them to a certain college. These are still investments. When we make these investments and we make these certain payments for kids to play sports, we're just making an investment. Now, like you said, what kind of investment do you want? Because you get what you pay for. If I'm paying $50 a month, I shouldn't expect to pay for a team that's on the top level, that's elite, that travels, that gets the exact same training every day. And it's not if you can't get both. If you you're either gonna get expensive and good, or you're gonna get inexpensive and bad. You can't get both. So in my mind, I feel like we're all just making an investment. These parents are looking for their kids to get a great experience, and they're looking for their kids to be pushed to the next level when they're making these big time payments. And I also feel like what to piggyback on what Top Baller said, I also feel like the people who can make the payments are just making the payments so their kid can experience the best of the best. Because if we're being honest, some of these kids don't belong on the circuit because they're not putting the work in. I can't expect for a 10-year-old kid to be just as good if he's not putting the work in and he's playing on the top circuit. It's just not going to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about you guys. I didn't play AAU until high school, so I didn't play AAU, like in the 5th and 6th grade and stuff like that. So my experience with AAU was different because I mean I never paid a dime to fly anywhere, and we were you know right after the state tournament, that next weekend we were in Virginia, we're in Houston, we're in Nashville, we're in Minnesota, we're in Vegas. So, and I didn't pay a dime for it. We were actually sponsored by Nike. So, I have somewhat of a different view of it. And then, now I'm thinking about it and it's just like, okay, if you're in a grassroots AAU program and you're paying these monthly dues, now this team wants to take a trip to, Houston from Dallas, or they want to take a trip to Vegas from Dallas, they have to pay the monthly dues and they have to pay for traveling and, lodging and things like that, man. It gets expensive. So, you know, I don't know. I guess you got to, find sponsors and things like that as well for your program. But it seems like it could be a bit much for a family for sure.
Agreed. Well, man, we're gonna move on to the next part of the segment, and we're going to man, I hate we couldn't get Tookie on. Uh,
Yeah,
I
we
really
got to
wanted him
bring
to
him
talk about
back,
the
man.
game.
We got some questions for him, man.
Tookie, you do got to come back. We do got to have you back. Is two big questions we wanted to talk about. I think you know about it. One is the protests, and the second one is well, we don't want to really question what happened. We want to just know what was going through your mind at the end of the game. What was it? What was the energy like? So we would love
Yeah.
to have you on, Tuki, man.
Hey,
Love to
Eyeball,
have you on.
do you have the video to show to show everyone in regards to what happened?
Man,
You know.
I wish I had it on hand so I can show. But what I do want to do is give Coach Took the opportunity to come speak on it, and then show it during that time. But obviously the two major things is we're equal opportunists, right? And this is all in fun and joking. We had him come on the first podcast, which was great. He's a great coach with great energy. He had a perspective on protests and stuff like that, and there were some things that went on this past weekend where his team lost and they decided to protest. So we just wanted to question them in all fun and games, but in all seriousness, they have a really, really good program at Young Pro Global. We just wanted to have a conversation with them and obviously run through kind of the last moments of the championship game, which they did make it to the championship game. So yeah, Coach Took, you got to come back. Got to come back, man.
All right. We're gonna go over some of the upcoming events we got going on. Some of the upcoming tournaments that we're looking forward to here at The Voice, Eyeball, and Top Baller. I know we got some things going on in Texas. We have the prime time is this weekend. Well, July the 1st to the 2nd. They have the Stars and Stripes Showdown. That's another road to
And
nationals.
I'm gonna try to put it on the
You have
screen as well, so everybody can see it as you're saying it as well. So,
okay.
uh,
You also have the Independence Day Classic. That's July 1st and 2nd. That's in San Antonio though. That'll be in San Antonio. Um, I'm hearing good things about the Smoke Fest. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the Smoke Fest, but I believe it's a 1 day tournament. It's a 1 day tournament. That's in Houston. Uh, but another big tournament that I want to talk about is in Dallas this weekend. It'll be in Dallas this weekend. It's the oh, 1 sec. I gotta find my notes. Can you help me out, Eyeball? You know which tournament
yeah,
is
so
in Dallas? Is
I got it up on the screen now. Looks like July 1st through the 2nd, we got the primetime Stars and Stripes
Yeah,
Showdown
that's the one I just talked
in
about.
Dallas.
It's another one.
Let's see here. And I'm just gonna run through all the list of names that's on here. So we have the Lee Salone Invitational that's down in Houston, Texas this weekend. Down in
There's something at Drive Nation too.
Yeah, so down in Memphis, Tennessee, KB Sports Gatorade finale. We got the Houston National Summer Showcase in Humble, Texas. The Skyhook Girls 4 through 6 and Boys International Tournament that's going to be down in Round Rock. I got some tournaments down in Las Vegas. Independence Day Hoopla, Fairfield, Texas. Shopping's Iron basketball tournament. Down in San Antonio, the Independence Day Classic. Down in Houston, Ace Town Smoke Fest finale. So there's a ton of games that's going on, tournaments that's going on this weekend, and we're excited to continue to bring the exposure, to bring the shed light. I think it's the Media Day shootout that you're referring to down in Dallas as well. So yeah, a ton of good tournaments that's going to be going on everywhere throughout Texas, throughout the United States. So Continue to share the videos that you guys do on social media. We certainly look at all of them, whether it's sending it to Eyeball Nation or Top Baller, even the Voice of Grassroots. All of it's needed, and we just want to continue to spread awareness as much as possible.
All right, everybody. Well, we want to thank y'all so much for joining the recap. Thank you all for sticking in with us. We appreciate all the love. This is the Voice of Grassroots. We want to just let everybody know once again, we are not a basketball team. We are a recruiting site, and we are an exposure site, and we are here to be a voice for the people.
Yep. And also, hey man, I just wanna give a shout out to the people for tuning in. I received lots of great feedback, about the first episode, and we want to continue to do this. I think it's good to bring some type of excitement to the grassroots of basketball and just talk about it. Bring in parents that want to actually, have input and just kind of talk about subjects that, people want to, hear about. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Just make sure, I would give a shout out and, actually, follow me on Instagram, Top Baller List on Instagram. I make sure I follow back. I'm always looking at talent, reposting talent, and just, wanting the world to see, just want the world to see talented kids. So I appreciate everybody.
Also, one more thing. I want to add this. One more thing. If you have any raw footage of anything you want to discuss on the podcast, any topics, please feel free to DM the Voice of Grassroots. If there's any shout outs you guys want, if there's any highlights you guys want, we're starting a new segment for those as well. So please keep us updated. And like I said, inbox us, and we're ready to bring you guys the media.
We love it. We love it. Hey, this is the second episode of the recap. Go check out the first episode. It's up and live on Eyeball Nation YouTube channel. We're only going to continue to get better and better each and every week that we do this. So we can only be as good as you guys allow us. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in for yet another week. And we hope to continue to bring you excellence.
All righty. Thanks, everybody.